To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our MyPillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50% and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
Before we begin, Michael, my condolences from Maureen and I to you and your family for the loss this week of your father. He was serving law enforcement in the Biloxi area for years when you were a little youngin'. And during that period of time, the apple didn't fall far from the tree, did it? A lot of people revere what he did and have come to appreciate what you've become. We attribute that in many ways to what your father has done for you and your family. And kudos to Congressman Ezell, who stepped up and honored it with you earlier this week. My first chance at bat this week with you, so I just wanted to throw that in real quick as we move on.
Well, thank you. I'll tell you, I think I owe a lot of my life and my successes in life to my father. He taught us to work hard. He always said there's no secret. It's called elbow grease. Get out there and do it.
Yeah. The old story of he reminds me from what you've told me about Horatio Alger, the old stories in Americans' history of the American gospel of success was based on elbow grease, hard work, getting out and doing it, and working hard for those things that this nation, these opportunities that this nation can provide anybody who just applies themselves. No handouts, and that's what your dad stood for. Get out and work for it, and it'll come your way.
And that's why so many people want to come to this country, because in some places it doesn't matter how hard you work, you can't get ahead. But here you can. You can put your mind to it. You can work hard in this country, and you can make yourself a success, and you can even make the lives of your children better. And that's what our fathers were about, and I'm thankful that I had him.
Well, I'm thankful for having met you and what you've become because of him. You know, it's testament to all of us to see that everyone's got a shot at the big apple, at the big opportunity this country provides. You know, I sent you a little cartoon this morning. Even AOC, did you know what she said recently? Just had me scratching my head. The moon is actually more useful than the sun, since the moon gives us light at night when it's dark. Did you know that?
That's got to be a joke. That can't be real. Is that dumb?
It's a joke. Here's the second half of the joke, which is funnier. The sun only gives us light during the day. It's when it's already light outside.
Yeah, that's right. What a ding dong she is. Anyway, she might be that dumb, but I doubt it.
Well, if she isn't, she's running a close second to that. Just a lighthearted, tongue-in-cheek comment to get us going this morning. Hey, while we're talking, U.S. went out after the Houthis, as we've heard on national news. They're down in Yemen, all a result of 130 attacks on U.S. bases, military bases. There's now a U.S.-led coalition with the British working at our side against these Houthis in Yemen. These Houthis in Yemen, Michael, who Biden said were okay people when he took office. Moments after he took office, he reversed Donald Trump's proclamation that the Houthis were to be on a terrorist watch list and that we were to plan accordingly. Oh no, Biden reversed that and said those Houthis are just fine. Now that we have military Americans killed because of them, Israelis killed because of them, and they openly boast about killing Israel and America, we finally step up under Anthony Blinken because our defense secretary is nowhere to be found, not to mention the president. And we're talking about some sort of marginal response. We need to evaporate this whole regime from the face of the earth for what they're doing in our face, right under our nose, pushing us to a limit which we would never tolerate under a prior administration.
I'm thinking when you were talking about that, isn't there some sort of or shouldn't they be planning for some sort of a contingency if, say, the secretary of the or the military, whatever they call Lloyd Austin, he's isn't there something out there that would say, hey, he's going to be in the hospital, so maybe we should have somebody else on alert, in case something happens to this country? I mean, I don't understand how that got by us without, obviously didn't get by us. People were wondering what happened to him, and now the truth has all come out. But in any case, you would think there would be some sort of a plan to take care of things like that.
That is absolutely true. We've seen a complete breakdown in accountability and transparency, something that Donald Trump promises to bring back to us, for us, when he returns. Speaking of that, I have one observation. He was on TV recently with Brett Baer and Martha McCallum on Fox News, and I heard something he said that has taken me over the top positively as to why I'm going to support Donald Trump this year. He said, quote, "Our ultimate retribution is success. I have no time for retribution or revenge," in so many words. And this is what a lot of these left liberal Democrats fear, is that he's going to get in there and just nuke the place. I haven't seen him going crazy with these 50, 70 plus lawsuits against him right now. I haven't seen him being erratic or irresponsible. If you had that kind of attack or assault going against you, I suspect you would have gotten up and tried to defend yourself and your family, as you should. And to think that he's now going to be some lunatic when he gets into office. He's the only president, by the way, that didn't have us in war, and people accusing him of being trigger happy when Kim Jong-un, North Korea's president, was launching his little rockets, the Rocket Man connotation, over the Japan Sea over there. He managed to straighten that issue out without raising a finger. And I'm very sensitive to the manner, a strong force, a strong defense, absolutely. But a leader is one who doesn't have to use it. And that's what he has demonstrated. And the only one I can see and trust being able to exercise and move on that. I don't care about his tweets at this point. I care about $1.79 a gallon, and I care about an economic policy that made sense. I don't see it today. Economic advisors are talking about the ridiculous statements coming out of the Federal Reserve and Biden's financial people about 6 or 7 interest rate reductions in 24. Nonsense. It's political based at best. We cannot support the interest rate reduction unless we create incentives in an economy to bringing jobs back and let the free flow of jobs in the workforce. Oh, by the way, go back and start drilling again. One targeted area is oil. We wouldn't be held hostage with those bonds and increases. Now we're held hostage if we do go to war, because we don't have control over oil today, but we would in short order if we start drilling and processing locally again and reselling it. The $40 a barrel oil that Putin fears is what we're able to do. And that would evaporate any ability on his part to continue his assault against Ukraine. And we could go in there and wipe out Iran, Iraq-based Houthis, Hezbollah, and Hamas overnight. We know we can do it, and we haven't, because we've been wimpy, having given them billions of dollars weeks prior, wondering, now I'm wondering, what goods does Iran and Iraq, Russia and China have on Biden and the Biden crime family that causes Biden to whimper and acquiesce during this whole debacle of Eastern affairs right now?
You know, I spoke about this yesterday. Ted and I were talking about it, and a lot of people are going, yeah, you know, Hunter Biden's, you know, he's about to get it. They indicted him, and he had to answer to those charges yesterday in California, the day before he was in Congress. He's got a lot going on, but don't kid yourself. That guy's never going to ever pay for what he has done, regardless of what it is. His father is going to pardon him. In fact, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if there is laying in the president's desk right now a full pardon for Hunter Biden that has not been dated. And the reason why I say that is because what if he was to just, you know, all of a sudden drop dead of a stroke, you know, or something like that? Who knows, you know, what I bet Hunter's already been to the White House and said, look, let's get one of those signed up, you know, and let's get it ready to go just in case something happens so that I don't have to deal with this. And that's exactly what I believe.
The corruption is one level. The bad behavior you just described, Michael, is another. Here's an individual, Jill Biden, who the other night on TV is talking about how much she loves her son, her stepson, Hunter Biden, and feels the poor boy has been a victim. Yet it was only a year earlier that this gentleman, Mr. Hunter Biden, was calling his stepmother with the C word. He was referring to her as I won't use it on the air.
Yeah, no, we know what the word is, and you can't use it on radio. So yeah, that's how he feels.
Isn't that despicable that in the national scene, she has to come up and take that kind of stand in his defense, knowing the character of the individual that was admonishing her just less than a year earlier? This is obscene.
It just goes to show you that politics and power mean so much more to them than any kind of family relationship. They could care less about that. They just need to keep everything in place and make it look good so that they can continue to have their power.
Yeah. But to your point, Michael, if Joe Biden, before November 2024, finds a way of pardoning Hunter Biden, do you think this Biden crime family can live anywhere and not have retribution come back to them? Probably more forcefully than he might wish in the future he serves time in jail, because the public castigation of him will be 10 times worse than anything else.
Yeah, we're out of time. Thank you for joining us. You have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.
Best to you, buddy.
I remember the first meeting that I had with our chief medical team, and I said to them, life comes down, you're going to be judged by the choices that you make. And when the choice to start this company came up, it was a no-brainer, because we all need to fight for what we believe in, and we need to strive for something.
I'm Dr. Heather Gessling. I'm a family medicine physician. I am the Chief Operating Officer for the medical team at the Wellness Company. We strive to base all of our decisions on science, and the lack of unbiased science in the last 2 years is one of the catalysts that has brought about the Wellness Company.
My role in the Wellness Company is going to be largely one of education and re-education of our physician corps, who are going to be administering medicine to large numbers of people, we hope, under our guidance, okay? We are not going to be telling them how to practice, but we are going to be telling them how to approach the patient in a different way. And that way involves returning to the first principles of medicine, which are the basic sciences.
Myself and the Wellness Company rely on data, scientific data, to drive critical decisions. But importantly, we must consider all available sources of data. Everything's on the table. Nutrition is basically what we put in our bodies, and you can imagine what we put in our bodies really matters. And nutrition science is going to play a giant role in the data-driven decisions and treatment plans that we devise at the Wellness Company.
So I'm Dr. Jen Vandewater. I'm a doctor of pharmacy. I graduated pharmacy college in 2006. I worked mostly for retail pharmacies, and through the years I noticed that it became very robotic. The pharmacy industry was no longer about patient care, and it became more fill prescriptions, give shots, anything you could do just to keep busy. There was no time for patient interaction and patient well-being. But while I was there, I was still seeing that people were on lots and lots and lots of medications. So as I was watching doctors prescribe more and more, I thought, well, how can I assist and help the patient realize they may be on too many medications?
Current medical practice is so completely off the rails that it almost has to be destroyed and rebuilt from the ground up, because we have allowed ourselves to be taken over by pharma for the most part. Most doctors just prescribe, they treat numbers as opposed to patients. They don't reverse disease, they maintain chronic disease. This is all wrong. Our approach is wrong. Our approach to these diseases is wrong. It is all based on giving a pill to treat a number. That is what modern medicine has become. We are not treating patients, we are treating numbers.
It's always been said that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And if we can prevent an illness, we can prevent suffering, potentially hospitalization, progression of disease, and death. So prevention is absolutely critical.
I see creating an integrated healthcare system that focuses on prevention versus being reactive. I see a company that's going to continue to have amazing products and put third-party products in our store and in our platform that are vetted by some of the best physicians in the world.
What makes the Wellness Company's approach unique is that we're coming at different angles. We're not just coming into one area of health, we're coming into education. We're coming into training even providers on what health actually looks like. We've been kind of confused and misguided through the years, so the Wellness Company is hitting it in a way that nobody else has hit it before.
We have to go back to treating patients and getting them healthy again and maintaining that state of good health.
I truly am inspired to leave the world a better place than I came in. I want to create that change. I want to help people.
Grow in what you know about your health. Your health is yours. You own your body. We want to just guide you in that so you can make the right decisions for your health. And I'm excited to tell you that we're here and we're bringing you the best.